Hey everybody, Tom Barnes here, stories from the 78 from downtown Libertyville. Doesn't this look like a great setting for a Christmas movie, right? I mean, come on, you're scrolling on Netflix and you're seeing all these movies that you want to watch, or Tubi or Pluto. This is one of them that you can watch. Locals right here in the Chicago area, Jake and Eliza, they made a movie called Exes of Christmas Past, and it shoots right here in Libertyville. Also up in Woodstock, where the famous building that was in Groundhog Day. So there's a lot of fun things to check out. I'm going to talk to the filmmakers now for this story from the 78 from a local coffee shop that was also in the movie. So let's listen to them and hear how they made this whole thing happen for this story from the 78. Jake, Eliza, how are you guys?
Great.
Doing good.
So happy holiday season to you. I mean, it's that time of year.
Same to you.
And you gotta be loving this time of year, right? Because all your work is coming to fruition this time of year.
Yeah, no, we went straight from one of our favorite holidays into our next favorite holiday, both in terms of movies and celebration. So
Yeah, we did a Halloween horror film first, and we just finished promoting that because it came out in 2024. And now that we're have our first Christmas movie coming out, we get to hop right into the Christmas season.
Oh, well, what was the Halloween
skip
movie?
straight. It's called Haunt Season. It was released in 2024.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a haunted house horror film, slasher picture.
And then you jump to holiday Christmas movie.
We like a genre.
We absolutely just like it is. They are the two genres that are our favorites that we kind of like land back in. I love horror movies. I've always loved horror movies. Slashers are my favorite subgenre. And then we watch rom-coms year round. And then when it comes to be Christmas time, we've already knocked out a couple this year, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Love a
me
Christmas
too.
rom-com.
You guys are literally exactly what my wife and I say all the time. Like, Halloween is our favorite, but then right on its heels is Christmas.
Yeah.
For the movies, for the decorations, all the pageantry that both holidays have. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm a little bit more Halloween, and she's a little bit more Christmas, but we both enjoy all the trappings of both.
The crossover is large.
And you have a new movie that just came out on, I believe it was Pluto, Tubi, what was the other one?
Yeah, it's on Tubi, Roku, Pluto TV, Vizio, and Xumo Play, and Hoopla with your library card. It's called Exes of Christmas Past. Do you want to do your pitch, Liz?
Yeah, let's hear the pitch. Let's hear the fancy pitch.
The pitch is that a big city hotel manager goes home to her parents' small town B&B, where she finds not one, not two, but all three of her exes from high school staying at the B&B. Not related to her, but they all reconnect with her and have their different relationships and their different kind of asks.
And this hilarity ensues.
Hilarity ensues.
Rom-com hilarity ensues.
As it should be, as it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. And you are natives of the Illinois area or Chicagoland area, so you choose to film at least this movie in the area. You were out in Woodstock at the Cherry
Tree Inn.
Inn, thank you
The
very
Cherry Tree
much.
Inn in Woodstock, Illinois, was a beautiful B&B for our main B&B. We shot 8 full days at the B&B.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, and we were also several of the cast members and myself were staying there the entire time we were shooting.
That'd be fun.
It was the best. Yeah.
We built the script a lot around the B&B, so it felt very important to have such a beautiful space to film it in. It's almost its own character in the story.
Yeah, man, well, it definitely is like a character in other stories. I mean, it's famous for being in the movie Groundhog Day. Which,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine seeing that movie maybe years ago as kids. We're like, oh yeah, that'd be cool, and then here you are an adult, we're like, oh no, that would be really cool to do something there, huh?
Absolutely. Well, and we also it is like a landmark in Woodstock. People come by all the time. We had several groups of people come by while we were shooting X's to take pictures with the Groundhog Day plaque that's outside. Yeah. So it's like it's a wonderful place to stay, wonderful place to visit.
Yeah, there's even like a little plaque, I think, or a little like area where he steps in the big puddle, like wherever that is. I remember walking Groundhog's Day last year, and there was like little markers on the sidewalk, I think, that will tell you like where certain things happen.
Oh yeah,
where
and
Ned Ryerson would tell them all the time.
Huge murals of Bill Murray on alley walls too.
Yeah, we were looking in Woodstock for other locations initially, and we were thinking about having our Christmas tree lot be in an alley, but in Woodstock, almost all the alleys have a huge mural of Bill Murray's face. base, and we're like, that's going to be an
Two inside
interesting
baseball?
backdrop.
Yeah, and then we ended up shooting a lot of the outside stuff here in Libertyville, and one of the scenes right here in the coffee shop, Conscious Cup.
That's why we're in here.
That's why we're here.
Thank
yeah,
you.
revisiting. It's also just one of our favorite spots in Libertyville. It's they've got great breakfast tacos.
Yeah, we come here frequently. There's a park right across the street, so it's perfect for if you've got young kids.
Yeah, you guys, you spent time this summer in this area. Was it finishing up or just for recreation because you liked it so much? Because you're
Yes,
from the area, right? You're
both.
from the North Shore, and this
Yeah.
is North Shore adjacent right now?
Yeah, I mean, Libertyville was always just kind of a spot that you would go to for certain things. Like, they've got one of the better movie selections in their library in the area. So, we are very aware of the library systems in the area, and so I'd come here for the harder to find DVDs, and
I love
also
that you were a director and you love DVDs.
yeah, dude, physical media forever. Physical media
Absolutely.
forever.
I'm with you.
And so we would pop over here growing up. They had a great movies and CD store called Dog Ear Music and Movies back in the day.
Where you happen to work.
I worked there at the video store for a while, yeah. So we were very familiar with Libertyville. And then when you're looking for, like, small town Main Street, drivable from Chicago for cast and crew, like, it is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
So
use a lot of the exterior shots on this actual street that the coffee shop's on.
Yeah, so I think you can see it from here, but it's the next block down. We took over one side of that entire block, and we got that all gussied up with Christmas decorations right around. We shot around Easter, so people were walking by being like, I think you got the wrong holiday that you're getting.
But the weather was probably just right, huh?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. When we got to Cherry Tree Inn, there were some magnolia blossoms on the trees out front that were
nice.
a little bit challenging, and we definitely had to change some grass tones to a little bit browner.
Yeah, but luckily the magnolia blossoms were white.
Yes.
So it like kind of could blend in with the snow that we put in visual effects.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think I forgot to mention this. I said it before we got started, but director,
Yeah.
writer, producer.
Yeah, Eliza came up with the story, and then she roped me in, and we wrote it together. And then I directed it, and we produced it with our friends John and Chris, who have a production company called Through Line Films, and they've done many Christmas rom-coms before. This was our first time in the space.
In this general area too, like they use parts of North Illinois, Northwestern Illinois, or
Yeah.
the Chicagoland area.
Yeah, the last three all were based in Long Grove, the production. This is their first time being in Libertyville, but they are shooting another one here this December as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a new script that they're getting on their feet in about like a couple weeks here.
Oh wow! So this, it's funny. You hear about the challenges of Hollywood, right? And they're going through their challenges in Hollywood as far as tax breaks and trying to lure business back.
Yeah.
And in the last few years, you've heard of a lot of movies being filmed just outside of Chicago in the Northwest burbs, especially for these rom-coms. Because of the scenery, though, like you got Long Grove, Libertyville. I'm sure there's a bunch of other. You could do Oak Park if you wanted to.
Yeah,
might be more challenging Oak Park. I don't know, but there's a lot to be seen here in the Midwest that gives that feel, especially around the holidays.
Oh yeah, no, it, and also to us, like growing up in the area, this is just what our Christmas surroundings look like. It just feels so homey to shoot a Christmas movie in the place that we've always, lived and been around.
Yeah, that's what I get when I watch Home Alone, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I didn't grow up anywhere near it, but because it was just in Chicago and they're running through O'Hare, that movie immediately you recognize with. So I totally understand that.
Yeah.
But you have a vested interest to do it in this area because you did grow up running around. You worked at a video store.
Yeah.
I mean, you bring your kids to this area to hang out now. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's like filming in your backyard. It's got to be kind of fun.
Oh.
Yeah, it was absolutely great for that.
Fantastic to be able to wake up in your own bed and come to set and go home at the end of the day. It's very, very handy.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you did the Halloween movie prior to this, or
Yeah.
horror movie, I should say.
Yeah.
For something like this, did you have to change gears in your brain to write differently, or did you always even becoming aspiring filmmakers always think, man, why don't they ever shoot in Libertyville? One day I'm going to do it in Libertyville or around where I grew up.
I'm going to say that the writing process was really different for those two scripts because Haunt Season is Jake by himself, and this was not our first script that we wrote together, but we definitely used a new approach to the writing this time where we broke this story scene by scene in advance and then did drafts of the script afterwards. So it was definitely a different writing process. But Haunt Season was also filmed in Round Lake Beach at the Realm of Terror haunted house attraction at Christoph's Entertainment Center. So that is also like, both of them were very much built around the space that we were hoping to be filming. We hoped to film at Cherry Tree Inn, and it worked out. And we knew before Haunt Season that we would be working at Realm of Terror. So they were built explicitly for the space that they were made in.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, that I was just saying. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. But growing up, you mentioned you worked at a video store. Was that where the inspiration to want to do movies came from? And Eliza, what about you?
No, the inspiration to movies led him to the video store. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll let you talk for yourself.
No, that's fine. I just have movies were just always the best. They
still are.
They still are the best, and I've loved movies. They were always the thing I wanted to do since I could remember, and so I've only ever worked toward that. And I've worked in 4 or 5 video stores in my life. At one point in time, I was working at 2 video stores at the same time. And a customer came in when I was at the video store in Lake Bluff, which is actually, we met in a video store. We met in Center Video in Lake Bluff. Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Center Video. But she came in when I was working there in the morning looking for a movie we didn't have. And then by the time I was in Libertyville at Dog Year in the evening, she came in there looking for the same movie. And I was like, we don't have it. And she was like, do you work at every
special
video?
order for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the movie?
I don't remember what the movie was.
that was a long time
this
ago.
wasn't.
Yeah,
this
no,
wasn't.
it wasn't me. That would have been oh my god, wait, that's a great meet cute.
That is a great
You're welcome.
movie.
Just
Thank
give me
you.
a producing credit.
Thank you. I'll give it a special thanks.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So the love of movies separately growing up, and then you guys met at a video store.
Yeah.
So it's kind of apropos, serendipitous. The whole thing is all another movie in the making, I feel.
Yeah, our whole life in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of dragged you into the movie thing at a certain point.
Yeah, but I've always been interested. Group projects are my favorite, I guess. Like in high school, I would help out, not technically, but I would help with tech with the plays, not officially, but like that's the kind of thing I've always been drawn into that. So then Jake was really into movie making and started making projects when we were dating, and I just like slowly became more and more involved in the process over the years. And yeah, now we're at this level.
Yeah, and movies are like the ultimate group project. You've said that so many times.
Yeah.
It's like you need so many talented people coming together doing their specialties and to make something really, really special. And I think both times it's worked out beautifully.
Yeah.
We've had the best collaborators around here. Chicago crew, killing it.
Well, that was my next question I was going to ask is, you hear about, you grew up at a certain time, you knew that they made movies in Hollywood, and that was kind of it, right? Mm-hmm. But now they make movies everywhere now, and there's a lot of business here in Chicago with, several TV shows that shoot at CineSpace and things like that. What would you say to the aspiring filmmakers that are in the Midwest about encouraging them to follow their path? Perhaps maybe that doesn't necessarily mean going to Hollywood. Is there other avenues, or is it still you got to go through Hollywood to come back home?
I think there are other avenues. I don't, but here you talk.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to. If you want to make stuff, you don't have to be in Hollywood, and most things aren't made in Hollywood. Like
right,
you get your actors from Hollywood by and large. So if you want to act, it's not a bad idea to go to Hollywood, and spend a couple lean years getting yourself in front of casting directors. But we have great casting directors here in Chicago, and they say like once you're booking like. I think you have to book like 3 out of the 10 jobs regularly. Every time you get auditions, if you're getting 3 of them, you can then kind of start to move your way out to Hollywood. You're booking a good amount, and you can feel confident. But for crewing stuff, no. You can crew up wherever, and there's great people. You just got to look for. People are always looking for PAs, so you got to just hop onto a set, find somebody, reach out to somebody. There's all these Facebook groups, like Illinois filmmakers groups and everything. People are always looking for crew, so if you just hop onto one, you'll start to know people. It really is about just meeting people and like kind of like feeling your way around a set.
Yeah, knowing how it all functions. So I think PA is a great way to do it, because then you get to see the entire set. You get to see yes, thank you, the production assistant. You get to see how the set functions. You get to see how all the roles come together to create this thing. So I can see that being a really good way. And then for us, we just started making, and we didn't worry about making films initially. We were in the YouTube space. We were making videos. We were making them with our friends. We were making them for nothing.
That's the key right there in the YouTube space, because you can make all the mistakes you want. You can delete it if you want, or it blows up if you want.
It's honestly, it was such a privileged place to cut your teeth and learn everything. And the thing about making everything yourself is you have to learn how to do everything, right? Yeah. This guy especially is just a multi-tool, and he's done everything. So at this point in time, we also know what things Jake can do and what things it's better to pay somebody else to do, because we still have strengths.
Exactly. And so if you want to be the person making the stories, just get your iPhone out. There's a free program called DaVinci Resolve that is a really good nonlinear editor, and it's free, and at least initially, until you want to unlock the big boy tools. But you don't even need to cut something together. No problem. Do it on your phone. Do it with your friends. But if you want to get on real sets, as a production assistant, you can, or even just an intern or a helper. Everyone's looking for an extra set of hands on a set, always. And then you will see which part of the process you're actually interested in. It's just a good way to learn.
And if people find out, I guess, through the Facebook pages of where movies are being filmed, you can just go and at least watch, right? Yeah. You can be, maybe you're going to be cast as an extra for a big scene, or at the very least you get to watch from the far and see how the whole thing works. Because if it's anything like the news business, it's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Oh yeah.
Unless it's breaking news, but that doesn't always happen. So there's a lot of hurry up and wait involved.
So just because we're in Libertyville right now and we got a lot of extras from Libertyville, shout out to the Libertyville community. They were fantastic about coming out and supporting this movie and being extras, and there's a lot of Libertyville locals who are visible in our movie. Yeah. Thank you.
That's fantastic. That's got to be a lot of fun just to include. It's almost like tell Uncle Bob, Aunt Judy, Cousin Jennifer, Cousin Chris, come on down because we're doing a movie.
Yeah, it was a real big. The community really rallied around the movie and helped us so much. And all these businesses right down here let us decorate their stores. Some of the stores decorated the windows themselves. It was so warm and lovely.
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of people are just excited to finally be included in a movie because, like I said earlier, not everything takes place in New York or Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of places where movies can take place, especially in Libertyville. Now, question, in the movie, is it Libertyville or is it another name of a town?
No, we kept all of the names of the businesses, and we did that on purpose. We wanted to give them a shout out for being so welcoming and helpful to us.
Oh, yeah.
But the town itself is called Mill Creek.
Yeah.
We didn't write it knowing that we were going to be in Libertyville.
We initially were going to call it Balsam Hollow, but our producers were like, guys, let's calm down.
Let's not go all the way there. Yeah. But I get it. Yeah. I get it. I've probably seen something similar to that when I'm scrolling through the Netflix or Amazon. Yeah. So as far as streaming platforms and things like that, how does it work? When movies are made, do you already have a streaming partner in mind, or is it do they come to you afterwards? I know some it seems like it's a different answer every time I ask.
Yeah, it is a different. So we made Haunt Season just on that ambition and hope. And then by the time we were done with it, we were shopping it around to festivals, and it ended up on John and Chris's desk, Throughline Films, and they also in addition to producing movies rep certain movies. And so they were nice enough to take our movie out, and we got bought by a company called Dread, Epic Pictures Dread. They're like a horror genre label, and we had a great time with them. So we got lucky that time. And then by the time we were doing Exes, we reached out to Nicely, who has distributed the Very Merry Entertainment, the boys' films before. The Christmas movies, and we reached out with our script, and they said they'd like to hop on, and so we had a distributor even before it was made that time, and then they take it out to with various sales plans. The last few times they went directly to Hulu. This time they went to all the AVOD marketplace, like the Tubies and the Rokus, and so you can just stream it right on your TV, free and right away.
Yeah. So what's it like when you're coming up with the scripts, and then you can scroll on an app and see it to full fruition? What's that like? Because I can't even imagine.
I mean, it's amazing. It feels amazing.
Yeah, it's the absolute best. We actually have a when Haunt Season came out, I had we document our entire making of process from the time we start financing the movie until the time it's done on my YouTube channel.
On the same YouTube channel that we've had since 2007.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so we had all these updates about the making of Haunt Season. So on my Instagram, the top pinned one is making a movie in a minute, and you watch like the days countdown from the time we start financing to opening my iPhone the minute it's available on Apple.
Very cool.
And it's just, you can see how exciting it is.
I mean, admittedly, like especially for that first one, we made it completely ourselves. We made it. It was fully independent. So is Exes. Exes is fully independent, but with so much more infrastructure and so much more knowledge in place.
Yeah.
And Haunt Season was like, you're looking at the engine here. There was 3 of us like just scraping this movie together. And I lost my thread. So that one, especially seeing that populate on a streaming service, was absolutely thrilling. We learned so many things that we do differently now that we should have done differently the first time, but we didn't have the knowledge to do them differently the first time.
We didn't know about Illinois' fantastic film tax credit going into Haunt Season. And so,
Kicking myself.
Yeah, so for Exes, that was like our first stop. We were like, film tax credit, let's go.
Yeah.
Priority number 1.
I think they just re-upped that too.
They did, and it got even better.
Yeah.
Illinois' film tax credit is now even better.
Yeah, I think
it's 35%.
We're trying to compete with Georgia, I think,
Yeah.
in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
As for the tax credits to
For
lure
sure.
that business out west, right? But
Yeah,
it's
I
funny.
think Atlanta's finally reaching the end of its run as the place where everybody goes to shoot their movies. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Chicago back in the day used to be what Hollywood is now, like in the silent film days. I mean,
Yes.
Well, the
Buster Keaton
original
had an
Hollywood was in Illinois.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know
That's
that.
why Hollywood is named Hollywood in California. It's named after a place in Illinois.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
I'm a nerd for it.
And then I just got to go back because even though seeing our stuff on streaming platforms is really, really cool, we never got the physical release for Haunt Season. We actually are working on it.
Yeah.
It should be released in December.
Yeah, we're getting a Blu-ray and DVD coming out for Haunt Season into
All your
physical
video
media for
store
everybody.
self.
Yes, so it's
Oh,
it's
so
dropping. It's already populated for pre-order on Barnes and Noble. So yeah.
Oh.
Look at that.
But
That's so
my day job is actually I'm a librarian. I don't know if you've caught the thread of libraries through this conversation. So having this movie is already released on physical media, but only exclusively available to libraries. So going to search for it on catalogs and seeing our movie on a library catalog, and not only that, seeing that there's like a hold line for it, that's my thrill, which
Yep.
is like
Two
it's
copies
not
checked out, 11 on hold.
it's not
amazing.
anywhere near as big as like you can watch it on Tubi from anywhere, but to me, to my heart, it's thrilling.
Well, to the kid that walked into the video store, that would, if you could tell yourself what you know now then, I mean, you wouldn't believe it, I bet.
Oh my God, can
Yeah.
you imagine? You actually have seen your movie on a video store shelf.
Yeah, so-
kinda.
So our the guy that we made Haunt Season with, Steve Kristoff, he owns Realm of Terror Haunted House, and he also acted in the movie and produced it with us. He also owns all these escape rooms, and he made one called Lockbuster in Schaumburg, 62 Escape, Lockbuster, and he put Haunt Season as a DVD on that shelf. So that
I'll
so we were
take it.
able to see it that way.
So that might be the closest we get to seeing any of our movies on a video store shelf.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're far and few between video stores, so I mean, I understand, but it's
Tell
still.
this guy about it.
Yeah. I there is one in Racine. I'm gonna drive to it.
There is one in the city, I know that. Or
Yeah.
it was like a pop-up, but TerrorVision.
TerrorVision, yeah. It's at Graveface.
Yes,
it's in
Graveface, Ryan
in the
Graveface.
basement of Graveface.
Yes.
And it was Odd Obsessions, that video store. When that went out of business, they gave their whole collection
Yes,
to
they did.
Graveface.
I did a story with Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. With all of the talk in Hollywood right now, with movies going to the movie theater, streaming, budgets and whatnot. I mean, you mentioned that you had to figure things out as you kind of went for the first movie, and learned a few things. Does it shock you? Because this shocks me, so this is why I'm asking the question. Does it shock you how much money certain movies cost to make? When you see the result of the movies, you're like, how much did that cost?
Not anymore.
Yeah, no.
Is it just money just go? When
Money
makes
just
movies?
goes, and the bigger the movie, the more people you have, the more the money goes. It's all people. It's
Is it
all
really?
people.
Yeah, well, it's people, it's locations. It's not even the
Nothing's free, right?
Not even the equipment anymore. People always chalk it up to like equipment and like it used to be the cost of like developing film, all that stuff. None of that is like the equipment is expensive, but it's available, fairly decent rental packages and everything. Not too shabby, but it's having so many skilled professionals that deserve to be paid their rate.
Yeah.
And the more people you get on a set, the more expensive your day gets. And so like you can
The more CG you have, the more people you need to do all the CG, and the more expensive
So
it gets.
does that change the way you want to make movies though, or write in the future, to not have to use as much like CG, for example? If you're doing like another rom-com, we're like, we don't need to do CG, let's just do it old school. You know? Or you're like, no, we need to make
we
it the
did
way-
use CG because we were filming in April,
Right,
so we
of
have
course.
a lot of shots where the visual effects came in and changed the coloring did it a lot, but we also did some sky replacements, and we did a lot of snow augmentation, right? We had a little bit of practical, like kind of cotton batting style
Yeah.
snow from our art team, and then we had visual effects adding snow to roof lines and to all the places where the art team's not gonna, be getting up on ladders to put a little along the edge
Right.
of
So
the
you're like,
roof,
oh no,
you
no,
know?
it's paying for itself in gold. Look at that, it looks beautiful on screen, right?
It does look beautiful.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Matt Kitchen, our VFX supervisor, he just is so fast.
Yeah.
He's so fast and so good. Just banging out those snow shots like nobody's business.
Yeah. Our entire post-production team, like every aspect of this, every part of it, pre-production, production, and post-production, everybody that we worked with was incredible.
And people can see your work right now. Why don't you plug it one more time in all the places they can see it?
You can see Exes of Christmas Past on Tubi. It's streaming now free on Tubi. You don't need an account to watch it on Tubi. You can also watch it on Zumo Play, Vizio, Pluto, Roku, Hoopla. Did I say Zumo Play?
Yeah.
Great.
And get it at your local
I
library.
was going to say, don't forget the librarian, right?
Yeah, that might only be relevant in Illinois, but that's where you're based,
That's
so it
all
works
right.
for us.
Well, thank you very much for taking time to chat with me. I apologize for making you wait.
Oh, no, not at
There's a
all.
little behind-the-scenes stuff, but either way, I made you wait, but you enjoyed this beautiful coffee house here.
This is one of my favorite places to wait. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
And if people want to find more information about you guys or future films, is there a website they can go to?
Oh yeah, well, so I mean, just search Jake Jarvi on YouTube. I mean, everything always ends up there. Or if you just search our names, you'll find our Instagrams.
Yeah, probably YouTube is the best place to look for us professionally. But yeah, I'm on Instagram primarily at If and Denny.
Yeah, and I'm Jenks37. I don't know why.
Well, thank you very much, and happy holidays to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving, because it's in a couple of days, so people will be at home streaming away.
Thank you so much.
Sure.